Boom, coming in hot, Chinch from Kent, Ohio, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Look at that.
You're looking jacked. You're actually looking jacked.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm working on it, bro. I'm telling you, I'm changing my game. You give me all this mental performance shit. It's working. It's working for me. I get up early, jump out of bed. Hey, big holiday weekend. Where are you? Where are you?
Dude, I'm out here in Kent, Ohio. I'm at Kent State because my son's playing in the MAC tournament. They're 1-1. They got a game against Central Michigan today. But it's also like, dude, it's like it's graduation. So everyone's, around the dorms. The parents are coming in and out, unloading their kids' stuff. It's mayhem.
You're not staying in a dorm, are you? Are you?
No, but I feel I'm staying in that hotel, but it feels like a dorm.
Dude, when I was at Columbia, they used to do this thing. I don't know if it was parents' weekend or graduation weekend. Parents would stay in the dorms, and it always like grossed me out because it was like, I don't know, like old people humping in a bunk bed or something.
Do you think they were hooking up in the dorms? Like the parents?
I mean, think about it, like, mid-50s back in your college dorm room or something like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. It grossed me out all the time. Sorry, kids who are listening. But no, I don't know. No, I'm not in on it. Would you stay in a dorm? Would you stay?
Oh my God. Yeah. Would I stay in the dorm? 100%. Dude, here's a couple quick stories. The big Lambuski, bro. He played 10 years of pro baseball. He went back to college at 30 years old. Yes. He was a legitimate Frank the Tank, dude. 30 years old. He lived in the dorm. And he was in the dorm. And dude, I swear, dude, you have to have the big Lambuski tell you this is incredible.
Oh my God, this is amazing. Bro.
Dude, and we were in a fraternity called Sig Ep, so he was back. The Sig Ep kids used to come bang on his door like, you ready to go to tailgate? They called him like the grandpa. They're like, Grandpa. They harassed him. They harassed him. He's in his zone. They were like, hey, Grandpa, you ready to go have some drinks? He's like, I'm sleeping, kids. Leave me alone. So like the baseball team and the fraternity would come bang on his door like, hey, Big Lambuski, it's time to go tailgate. And he'd be like, I'm 30 years old. I just want to freaking I just need 15 more credits to get the hell out
of it. That's amazing because he probably has like every offensive record in 2 sports at that school, so they know he was a legit athlete. But he's sitting there like McConaughey and what's that? I keep getting older. They stay the same age.
Yeah, Dazed and Confused. I like the high school guy. I keep getting older. They stay the same age. That was Lambuski, dude. It's incredible.
Dude, that is hysterical. Oh, that's like a reality show. Oh my God. Hey,
dude, I remember on Parents' Weekend. I remember my parents coming, and we were in the dorms. No, we weren't in the dorms. We went to the apartments, but I lived in the dorms with my buddy Jay Adams, and we were playing beer pong. And I remember my dad looking at me like,
"What's the matter with you?"
Doing? Yeah, I'm like, "This is what you do in college, Dad. You play beer pong." He was like, "This is where my money's going." He's like, "You need to get a hold of yours." I remember him like not thinking it was funny.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so good. Hey, Ray, getting a lot of feedback. Your and Sarah's story about saving this dog's life is blowing up bigger than the great Will Clark episode of our show. I'm dead serious. I'm both on the audio platforms and the video platforms. Dude, Jess, I told you this on the phone, but I'll tell our audience now. Jess says we got to get the 911 call. So I thought of something, dude. Boston's finest, man. Mark Ruggiero, if you're listening right now, tell us how to get a 911 call.
Yeah. We got to call Mark. Mark, send me a text, yes. Or I could text you after the show. Either way.
Yes.
We need the 911 call of Sarah. What I need is Sarah's panic.
Yes.
Of like, hey,
yes.
This is how it went down. Oh, how you doing, state troopers? Yeah, we just found a dog on the side of the road, and we saved it, and everything is going great. I can't believe I'm the dog whisperer, and I talked to him like he was in kindergarten, and bam, the thing came right to me. We carried it back to the lady's car, and everything. Holy shit! Sean's in the middle of I-80. There goes the lady across the thing. The dog is now across I-80. Here comes 16, 18-wheelers. The dog's playing Frogger. The lady just did a cartwheel in the middle of I-80, and here goes Sean out there. That's the 911 call.
I also, again, if you're a trucker out there and you listen to the Mayor's Office podcast, get on the horn. Breaker 19. Does anybody have a dashboard camera of Sean Casey stopping a highway in the middle of the street? Oh,
Lost sheep to Bo Peep. Lost sheep to Bo Peep. Remember Dukes of Hazzard?
Yes,
Lost sheep to Bo Peep.
Yes, that's so good. Dude, when I was a kid, think about how times have changed. Who was the little bad guy sheriff in Deuce and Hazard?
Cooter.
No, the
Crazy
boss.
Cooter.
The boss man. The boss man.
The boss man. Boss Hog.
When I was a kid, we used to go to
Roscoe Pico
and Roscoe.
train.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, for Christmas every year, my mom would get me. This is a true story. They had gum in the shape of his cigars. So my mother would, at like 6 years old, she would get me a case of pretend cigars
From Boss Hog.
From Boss Hog, because you could blow in them. You remember? Did you ever have candy cigarettes when you were a kid?
Dude, it would come out. Yeah, it was incredible.
You blow it out. That is like that's like the root of all evil. If you look back on it now, you know what I'm saying? Think about the stuff we had when we were kids. Think about how hard the metal was on like your toy cars and stuff. Like that die. It was die cast. It was called. That was probably disease ridden everywhere. And guess what? We're all still alive. So parents, every once in a while, you can take the helmet off the kid when he's riding a bike. Don't worry about it.
I know. Well, back in the day, our parents were like, "Hey, just go." You know, my mom was ringing the bell at 7 p.m. Like, "Hey, dinner time. Where the hell are you? You've been gone all day." And then we had the helicopter parents, you know, and now we got the snowplow parents. Hey, listen, I'm going to snowplow everything to make sure you got no ice on the road. Make sure everything's fine for you. We're not even going to let you shovel the driveway. We're going to snowplow everything so that everything's good for your life. Dude, I got a question for you.
I got one more quick one. Wait.
Yeah,
how about drinking out of a hose? If a parent saw their kid drinking out of a hose right now, they would do a full sprint Lawrence Taylor strip sack to get it out of their hands. I used to drink out of a hose like it was champagne, dude. Sean's laughing quietly right now.
Like it was a mimosa on a Saturday.
Yeah, wait, I'm sorry. What were you going to say?
Dude, no, I was going to say, I remember when you're in your backyard, your buddies are playing wiffle ball, and you're grinding, or you're playing tag or rundown, and then you're like, it's like July, and you're so freaking hot, and you see the hose over there, you're like, I need a break real quick.
Absolutely.
And remember you turn the hose up, and you could just, it's like, you look like you were a dog.
Yeah, I love that.
And you put it on your, nowadays, people will be like, that's not filtered.
I know, right? Oh my God. Grow up, everybody.
That's not filtered water.
Toughen up, man. That's like, people that don't brush their teeth can live to 90 without losing a tooth. I couldn't.
I tell my 13-year-old daughter that. Let's go. I'm like, Delia, you got to brush your teeth in the morning. I go, your breath can kill a small farm animal right now. Okay?
A little halitosis action? That's so funny. All right, I don't know.
It's like that. I brush him every night. I'm like, you got to brush him in the morning. Okay, there's bacteria in your mouth.
Oh, in the morning? Forget about it. You spit fire out in the morning with bad breath. Ugh. I don't know where we're going here. I'll tell you one thing that happened in baseball, in case we want to talk about baseball for a minute. Austin Riley hit 2 home runs over 450 feet last night. What is the furthest home run you think you have hit in your life?
Dude, I hit a couple bombs. One time in PNC Park, I crushed a ball when I was with the Reds. If you look at PNC Park, right in dead center, where there's the backdrop of the green monster almost dead center. Yeah. To the right, they have these speakers that are up on these poles, way up, dude. I hit a speaker in right center, dude. It was one of the first balls I ever hit, and it hit the top of the speaker. Barry Larkin's like, that's like the natural right there. I'm like, wow. Yeah, it is. So that was one. I have another one, dude, where I hit one in the yellow seats in old Synergy Field, like
no
Riverfront. That was a bomb. Like it's like 4 decks up, but that was crushed. And then I crushed another one in Great American Ballpark, like 4 rows from going out of the stadium one time.
Oh, I got one for you. So the furthest baseball I've ever hit, Macy's going nuts upstairs. I think the mail's here. Sorry. Furthest ball I ever hit, Cardoza High School in Queens. The right field fence was like the Green Monster. I don't even know if it was 300 feet, but it was huge. It was like higher than a Green Monster. And there were like just apartment buildings and condos behind it. First at bat of the season, my sophomore year, and it was the first home run I ever hit over a fence, because here on Long Island, you play a lot of games without fences back in the day before they started building. I take the swing, I look up, and it shot over the fence, over the building across the street, and my dad had just bought a video camera. He had just bought one, first time ever. Lens didn't take it off.
Oh my God.
So there's audio
Come on, dude.
The first home run of my life. And like first home run over a fence, first time running around bases without having to sprint.
Yeah, and you
Sophomore
see
year.
your dad holding the video
Yeah.
camera. You're rounding second going,
And I'm
oh,
like,
yes,
here we
got some
go.
video.
Here we go. And then, no. Also, I flank right, 43 crossfire. The same year, sophomore year, same year he got the thing. 48-yard touchdown. Lens on.
Come on, dude. Mr. Chinch, what are you doing?
I flank right, 43 crossfire. It was a fake pitch and then an inside handoff to me. And I took it 43 yards.
Dude, did you give him some shit on that one? Like, what are you doing, Dad?
I still do every day, every time. We got some tapes back. I'm like, these tapes, these two greatest moments. First of all, I guess I peaked my sophomore year of high school because those are the two greatest sporting moves I've ever had in my life. Here's another one. That screwed me. So my senior year, we're on a nice roll in football, and we're in these semifinals of like the Catholic League East Coast, like we're ranked nationally, whatever.
Right.
I go up, I do this like up and out, two defenders, catch it between them. Somehow they like collided. 85-yard touchdown, called back for an inadvertent whistle. Because the ref had his whistle in his mouth when he was like running, and as soon as I caught it, he must have breathed,
Yeah.
breathed, and blew the whistle. And so, but they were chasing me. The whole thing happened. Call the whole play back. We lose semifinals.
Oh, dude, that's so tired. Have
That's
the
like my
freaking
life.
ref to have common sense one time. Have a feel.
You know, it's funny. My grandfather on my mom's side, Pop-Up Joe Ferrone. Don't mess with him.
Whoa.
He had the worst luck ever. Like, my dad started growing tomatoes, so he wanted to grow tomatoes. Tomatoes never grew. He would go to like a diner and make an order. He'd always get the wrong order. Everywhere I go, everything I do, exact same. Like I have my grandfather's bad Italian luck. Like if there's 20 people ordering, and you and me and Sarah and Jess, everybody goes out to dinner, the one order that will get messed up is mine, or it'd be the one that doesn't come out. Every single time. It's a fact. It's true. Jess always laughs. It's like, oh, this is your grandfather. Your grandfather's luck. I have it. I've inherited it. It's literally like
luck.
It's literally like, and I've looked it up. There's a certain thing in Italian culture where it's like some people are just born with bad luck. I have bad luck. Go to get my car. This one time we were in Florida. Go to get we get a rental car or whatever. Go visit family, whatever. Not there. No rental car. They screwed it up. Like everything bad. When you if I get on a line to do something, when I get to the end of the line, something will go wrong for me every time, dude.
Seriously?
Yeah. I've learned to live with it. We laugh about it.
Like you're like, and do you like expect it in your mind? Like, okay, something bad
when I was younger, I used to get like really upset. Like, God, why is it always me? Now I'm like, there you go. It's just like a sign my grandfather's there. He's probably laughing at me. I'm still throwing his crappy tomatoes down at me. Anyway.
Oh my God, dude, that's incredible. Let me know the next time. Let our listeners know the next time something happens to.
I will. I'll start logging it. Hey, let's talk a little college baseball real quick. Let's start with where you're at right now. Kent State, you got some dudes over there, huh?
Dude, we got this one kid, Joe Whitman, transfer from Purdue, like clean it up Purdue. Like they let this guy go. I guess they used him as a reliever. Came to Kent State, and dude, the guy's throwing – yesterday he was sitting at 92, 94, had 95, 96 whenever he wanted it. Mm-hmm. Scouts everywhere. And I was talking to a buddy of mine who's a scout, and he was saying that, this guy's one of the best lefties in the draft. So could go first round or no doubt top 3. I would say no doubt top 2 rounds. But, Ball State ended up getting to him in one inning where they got a couple hits off him. They ended up winning. Ball State ended up winning the game. But this kid's going to be a stud. But it's fun. You know what's fun, Chinch? Yeah. It's fun being at these college games where there's scouts everywhere, in the stands.
Dude,
that's fun.
So great. You know what I mean? So great. Yeah. So great. The one thing I hated, though, when I was in college with the scouts you're talking about, I had a couple guys on my team that were throwing like, mid-90s, whatever. As soon as those dudes would get in the game, it's like just 20 guns in the background. And then our closer would come in. Our closer didn't throw like more than like 90. As soon as he came in a game, I'd be like, back in the holsters. And I'd be like, man, just watch him pitch. But I
No,
guess that's
they're
how
not
it
there to
works.
see him, bro. They gotta get the reports in.
They just want the heater, man. But we talked about it yesterday. You could size up 104 mile per hour fastball. There's
Yeah,
something
yeah,
to, I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. Well, dude, it's not as easy to square up as like 91, 92. But I'm saying
True.
you throw it enough to me, I'm gonna square it up.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to
Yeah,
give go ahead.
yeah,
What
go
were you going
ahead.
to say? No,
Go
no.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Well,
No,
I
go
was going
ahead.
to say a couple props to my Columbia dudes. Player of the year, Andy Blake. Pitcher of the year, Ryan Dromboski. Rookie of the year. Oh, that was from Penn. I'll do this. I'm just going to do Ivy Leagues. Player of the year is Andy Blake from Columbia. Pitcher of the year, Ryan Dombrowski from Penn. Rookie of the year, Colin Fang from Harvard. Coach of the year, John Yurko from Penn. Wow, Penn had a good year, huh?
Well,
Columbia's been the class of the Ivies for a while. They had tough years.
Penn hosted the Ivy League tournament.
That's right. Yeah, because you host the tournament if you have the best.
Dude, I had some interest, and the mayor's office has some interest. You do too in the Ivy League tournament. Obviously, you have Columbia and my buddy Sam Miller, one of my best buddies, Mark Miller. His son plays for Columbia. Had a great year, dude. Finally started to start like the last 20 games. Came off the mound one day, dude. They were like, "Hey, you think you can pitch for us? We need an arm, dude." He was hitting 92, hit 96 one day, dude.
Wow.
Right-handed pick. Kid's a stud athlete. So I'm looking forward to Sam, seeing how he dominates. And Caden Shapiro, dude.
Yeah,
Caden Shapiro's in there with Mark Shapiro's son, plays for Princeton.
Isn't that cool?
When Mark, it's so cool, man, seeing those guys. I've watched Caden grow up too.
Yeah.
Sam and Caden both grow up as little kids, and now they're playing in the Ivy League tournament.
That's cool. And Princeton's head coach was Harold Reynolds' roommate in college, you know?
Oh, yeah. Bradley, Scott Bradley.
Scott Bradley. Here, I'm proud of Ivy League athletics these days because back when I was there, it was like, it was always like, we were almost like second citizens there, you know? And a lot of people were like, oh, you just got in here because you could hit a curveball. And I'm like, damn right I could hit a curveball. you go break down that mathematical equation to send somebody to the moon, but I'm going to hit a slider on the inside half every time. But another one I was really psyched about is St. John's. Remember, we had Pete Corielli, huge St. John's basketball fan too, and me and my dad went there and whatever. Dude, UPenn, best player in the league, transferred to St. John's, and St. John's is going to eventually be in the top 25 this year because Rick Pitino is going to probably pay every player like $3 million to go play for him, which you kind of legally can do now, not like in the past. But
yeah,
I thought that was really cool.
Rick was doing it back in the day when you couldn't do it. Now it's legal.
Exactly. That's like, you ever see the movie Blue Chips? Great movie. With
with Shaq,
Penny Hardaway, a bunch of players. Bobby Hurley was in that. And then when he's standing there, go, "Well, we give one guy a tractor. We gave a guy a tractor to come here." Did you? Oh, that's a good question.
What?
You said you weren't very highly recruited.
Dude, I got $1,000 from Richmond. Paid for my books and a couple lunches.
But dude, I had some weird things. I won't say one school, but I was like their number one guy. And granted, I'm not as.
They offered
I'm not bragging about
cash?
myself. No, we went. My mom came. We drove. I'll say up. I'll just put it in the northeast territory. And when we got back, I was like, I gotta go to this school because I stayed in this place on the water with like the soccer team, and I had a really good night. We got home, my mother's like, "You're not going there," and I'm like, "Why?" And she's like, "This guy kept offering us this. He offered you a car," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "I gotta go here."
Why did we take it?
I know,
dude.
It's funny.
That's
Baseball's
funny you
not
said
the
that.
same though. Baseball, you don't get that. Football, I can only imagine what they're for these days.
That jars my memory. This is what is it called? The NIV or what LIV or whatever.
NILs.
NIL. NIL money. This was that NIL money back when I was a senior.
Okay.
Remember Coach Atkins like, "Hey Casey," this is like a month out. "Hey Casey." Meanwhile, I don't even have a calendar back down in the most unorganized person alive. He's like, "Casey, we got a big recruit coming in 4 weeks. I thought he could stay with you and you could show him a good time." I was like, "No problem, Coach, no problem." So, dude, remember, there's no cell phones back then either. So that night, I'm going to this sorority formal with this girl, right? Yeah. It's like like what they call it, like a hoedown, like with the you got the cowboy hats on, the girl, and it's like this barn dance called the barn dance, right? Yeah. So I'm going with this girl, and that, like, I swear, dude, I'm not kidding. 2 hours before I'm getting ready to leave with this form on the bus with this, I think they were the Alpha Phees. Like I get a call from Coach Jack. He's like, "Hey, Coach." He's like, "Hey, Casey." He's like, "That recruit's here." He's like, "I'm sending him over to your apartment." I'm like, Yeah. So I'm like,
you
all
forgot.
Right. So, dude, I totally forgot. So the kid comes over. I'm like, "Hey, bro." I'm like, "Welcome to Richmond, dude." I'm like, you're gonna love this place. I go, "Listen, I'm in charge of you tonight. What do you think about coming to a sorority formal with me?"
You brought him?
Oh yeah, it's a true story, dude. So he's like, and the kid's so nervous, and I'm like, he's like, "Yeah, that's not." I go, "Well, I don't care if you want to come or not. Here's a flannel and a cowboy hat. You're coming." I go, "We're gonna tell everybody you're my friend from Pittsburgh, and that you're a freshman. We're gonna say I'm gonna tell everyone that you're a friend of mine from Pittsburgh, and you're a sophomore at Syracuse." That's what I said. You're a sophomore. So anyway, this recruit comes to this sorority formal with me, dude. He comes on the bus, and I'm like, "This is my buddy Andy. He's he was at Syracuse. He's a sophomore." Dude, he ends up kissing this girl at the formal that was kind of a friend of mine. I introduced him, and then I think she thought that he was really a sophomore in college.
Oh no.
He kisses this girl, bro, at this sorority formal. He signs the next morning.
That's fantastic.
Dude, he goes, and Coach Jack is like, "Casey, I don't know what you did with that recruit, but he had a hell of a time last night." I go, "Coach,
Oh my God.
you're gonna love Richmond, dude. He went to Richmond for
That's
4
so
years."
good. Here's one for you. I gotta run in a minute, but here's one fun for you. I got the Ivy Leagues. I was recruited by most of those places. But I decided on Columbia before I finished my recruiting trips. Which, by the way, if you're in high school and can go on recruiting trips, go on every one you could possibly go on, whether you care about the school or not. That's part one. But part two, I was about to go up to UPenn to go on my recruiting trip there. And I decided I signed with Columbia before I even bothered because I just decided it. You know who was going to be my host?
Who?
Mark DeRosa. He was 5 years older than me. He was a senior. He was the best player, one of the best players in the country at the time. But I would have stayed with Mark DeRosa before I even met him 15, 20 years later, 25 years later. And I never went on that recruiting trip. And I missed. I can only imagine. I wish I had been with Mark DeRosa's senior year at UPenn with his freaking Superman looks and shit.
If D-Row could have got a hold of you, bro, for that recruiting trip, you 100%, your life would have altered. You 100% would have gone to UPenn.
I 100% would have gone to UPenn.
There's no doubt. If D-Row can get a hold of a recruit at his senior year with his confidence and arrogance at that time of his life,
isn't that funny?
You're going to UPenn. And if you're not, you're probably going to go missing in 3 days.
That's so true. Anyway, all right. Hey, big holiday weekend. I need a break, man. It's been a tough week for me. And
enjoy the weekend. What are you doing for the weekend?
I mean, dude, you get a pool. Nobody shows up in the winter, Sean, but as soon as the sun comes out, floodgates.
Matt Chinch and the crew are there like, "Hey, what's up? We're coming over."
Yes, but they're all welcome. They're all welcome here. We love it. I can't wait. Can't wait to have
family around. Is Jess cooking?
Yeah. We're gonna do some grilling. Dude, there's this new place around here. I'll tell you this real quick. It's the most thin sliced pizza you could ever have, and they put hot oil on it. Have you ever had hot oil pizza?
No,
dude.
No, it's good.
It's one of the greatest things you'll ever have. When you eventually come down here, I thought about you and Sarah yesterday because I was laughing outside about this thing that happened to you, and I'm sitting in my yard. And I'm like, I gotta get these guys out here. You gotta come hang out by the pool.
We're coming, dude. I'm gonna show up one day, and be like, "What's going on?"
With like floaties on your arms, and like a life vest.
I'm like, "Jess, make me a filet mignon because I know you're not gonna have one bite. Make me
That's
two."
True. Yeah. Yes. All right, bro. Enjoy your weekend. Good luck to Kent State and Jake this weekend, man. Let's go.
All right, man. Listen, love you, buddy. Hey, everybody. Have a great Memorial Day weekend that's listening. Really appreciate you guys listening. We'll catch you next week. Love you, Chichi. See you, buddy.